So Phi Beta Kappa is a national honor society that's been around for a really long time. Brown has been involved with it almost since the beginning. And this year they inducted, I think, 110 seniors into the society. And it's aimed at students who have almost all A's, have done certain activities outside of classes, and have taken 2/5 humanities classes or pure science or pure mathematics classes. So it's really, really neat. I've seen the graduating classes of seniors get it the past 3 years. And so I was aware of it, but it's not something to apply for. And so I was just very much hoping that I would be able to be included in it. So it was really exciting to get that email. So I'll be in India for a year, supposedly starting in August, but it's definitely been pushed back until at least January, as is good and safe. And so I'm excited for that to start whenever it does. But I'll be spending a year in India researching community-engaged archaeology and its intersections with heritage law, which is something I've gotten into at Brown through the Joukowsky Institute for Archaeology in the Ancient World, and some really phenomenal classes thinking about archaeology and social justice and how archaeology is not just about the ancient past, but the way we think about the past and the way it reverberates in the present very much affects living people, and keeping that in mind even if we are excavating the ancient past. And so my hope with the Fulbright is to be able to go to an archaeological site in India where there's a community living on or around it, and actually talk to them about what the site means and how that's different from the way we think about it as archaeologists. And also how heritage laws that affect what's considered vandalism, what's considered preservation, where people can build around sites, how those can better accommodate what the site actually means to the people who live there, rather than just more Western ideas of preservation as leaving something as is or needing it to look a certain way. I came to Brown to study linguistic theory, actually, and take as many languages as I could and think about grammar, which I absolutely did. I also have a concentration in linguistics. But I took a random freshman seminar my first fall here, and it was with a professor who was also an archaeologist, though it wasn't an archaeology class. And he just completely changed the way that I thought about archaeology in the world and what it could mean. And following that, I started taking a few other classes, and that turned into wanting to have a career in archaeology, which is really exciting. And I also then found out later that the professor who founded the Joukowsky Institute for Archaeology was the academic liaison to women's swimming, which is my team, for a really long time before I got here. And so that's just this really cool connection between archaeology at Brown and swimming at Brown that I had no idea about. Yeah, it's absolutely a challenge balancing academics and athletics, but being a swimmer at Brown has defined my time here more than anything else. It gave me a community before I'd even arrived on campus, an amazing group of people who had been through a lot of the same struggles, who had experience having classes that conflicted with practice, and choosing schedules and understanding what it means to have 5 a.m. practice when no one else in your hall does, which was enormously beneficial and immediately made me feel comfortable at Brown. And I think from that comfort, I was able to take more risks and explore academically, and I had the confidence to kind of fail outside of swimming because I knew I could come back to this community and this team that would support me no matter what. And I don't think that's something a lot of freshmen get to come to Brown secure in. And so that was so valuable, and has encouraged a lot of the work that I've done. My fondest memories absolutely involve different communities that I'm in, and swimming is a big one. Whether it's even walking to practice at 5 a.m. with the sun rising with a big group of swimmers, encouraging each other as we go, whether it's sitting in my archaeology classes with other concentrators, all of us really excited about the material and asking questions, whether it's being in the field with faculty members that I took classes with all over the world and excavating and learning about the world, and then coming back to Brown and seeing how it applies to my academic life. Brown, more than anything for me, is this incredible community, and that's what I'll miss moving forward.